Hey, what's up, everybody? Joe, the opinionated window cleaner, coming at you. And I told you we're going to do this SEO and marketing thing. And let me see if I can add Penny Blake and Ben Shapiro in here and get them in here to talk. Hang on just a second. Bear with me because I'm not very good at this. Let's see. Penny. There she is. We're going to invite her in. Wait for her to get in there. And let's see if we can add her. Y'all bear with me a second while I get everything set up. That's not what I want. Hey, there she is. All right, Penny, let's see if we can get you added into the group here. Penny, do you got a spot there where it says join the podcast? Bear with me. I always have a problem with this, guys, getting somebody added in. There we go. There she comes. Approved. We're adding her in now, guys. Give her just a minute to get at it. See if we can. That Facebook Live stuff. Hey, Penny, how you doing?
Hi, fine. How are you?
That Facebook Live stuff always gets me trying to add people in here. I hope you understand.
It's okay.
We're going to give it just a few minutes to get started to let everybody else get in here, but kind of give a brief introduction of what we're going to be doing here and what I've kind of told everybody. I want to discuss the facts, the myths, the bullshit, excuse my French, it's out there concerning marketing and SEO. There's a lot of false information, and that's some of the stuff I want to cover tonight. And I want to go over that with you guys and kind of, see what we can get going on. And you got Ben there with you also, I take it?
He's somewhere around here.
Okay. All right, good deal.
Ben?
Like I said, we're giving it time, just get a few people in here. For those of y'all that are in here with us watching, thank you for watching. We're going to get started in just a second. Of course, I got my coffee with me. Penny, are you... Oh, she dropped the phone.
Oh, sorry. I was looking for Ben.
That's all right.
What? Well, you can be on the picture. Oh, well, come sit next to me.
She might bite, Ben. So don't do that.
Yeah. Here, no, sit here. Are you okay? All right. There.
What's going on, Ben? You can't turn it sideways. We can go back and forth with it. Now, I got an important question before we get into all the other questions for you guys. Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of us.
Both of you are coffee drinkers. I got to ask, how do you take your coffee?
You can't hear?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So I'm cream only. Ben is too much sugar and cream.
All right, that's bad, people. You got to drink coffee black. We don't ruin a good cup of coffee with all that stuff. All right, we got enough people in here. What do y'all say we get started?
I'm going to try to take my Bluetooth out so Ben can hear too. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, sounds good.
Hear us? Can you still hear us?
Yep, I can hear you good.
Okay, good.
All right. I guess the first question I want to ask, and I know everybody's thinking this. Oh, we're getting a lot of feedback that way with that.
Oh, all right, hold on. You're just going to have to sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Told Joe I was told I was at a face for radio.
There's a face for radio.
All right, you ready now?
Okay.
Now we're good. I'm still getting a lot of feedback. Where are we getting a feedback from?
I don't know.
Tim, is that Tim Huber's in here watching? Are you hearing feedback or does it sound good to you? Let's see if we can get the feedback situation. Somebody let me know. Feedback or? It's like echo. Do you got your computer on and that watching or?
No, we're in a totally different room.
Oh, okay. As soon as I can get somebody to say they can hear us good, I'll go ahead with everything. Just bear with us. Technical difficulties. Somebody's watching. Can y'all hear us good? Is everything clear? There we go. All right. Guys, you can hear me now, right, Penny?
Yes.
Okay. First question I got for you, because this is the one thing that everybody's going to ask, is can't I just do this all myself? Why don't I just do it all myself, save the money, you know?
You can certainly do it yourself, but so this is what I would liken it to. Years ago, I needed my deck pressure washed. So I went to Home Depot and I looked at all the solutions and cleaners, and it made it sound like anybody could do this. So I went home and went on my deck and I tried to pressure wash it. Long story short, I blew a piece of wood off my deck, killed my rose bushes. I had all these stripes on my deck from doing it incorrectly. And my neighbor almost had a stroke because I was wearing flip-flops when I did it. So yeah, you can do it yourself, but it takes a lot of research, time to learn it. You're going to have to know the things to look for. Google's constantly changing their algorithm, and you really have to keep on top of it every single day. And the truth is that if you have time to do that, then your marketing is not really working for you, because you really shouldn't have time to do that. So it's a lot of work. There's a lot more to it than people understand. And part of the problem is that you have all these scam people jumping in the industry because everybody thinks that, oh, anybody can do this. So I'll say that I'm a pressure washer / SEO person / web designer. And you don't get the traction out of it that you should or you could by having a professional. Google just punished people for that the Monday before Thanksgiving, because they changed their algorithm to punish people that were gaming the system with keywords. So people that were on page 1 found themselves on page 4. And that's because of all of these people calling you saying, oh, for some amount of money, I can get you on page 1 of Google in 30 days.
Right.
And it doesn't work like that.
Right. And I know in my situation, when you first reached out to me, or I reached out to you guys, and I know there are, I'd probably want to say 80% of the people in this industry have heard, have horror stories about dealing with SEO and marketing people. And I know I got mine. First guy I hired to do a website for me, he turned around, took and charged me over $1,000. It was going to be like $300 a month. And he built the website, and when he guaranteed me that within 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I forget what it was, that I'd be on just #1 in Google on my area and this and that. And when he built the website, I got to looking at it. It had my competition's pictures on it. Literally, people that were right down the road from me had their pictures on my website. So I know we're all scared of marketing and SEO people. You catch a bad rap because of it.
Right.
Is some of them concerns justified in the industry? I mean, what do you think?
Say it again. Some of the I mean,
or
marketing. Say it again.
I was asking if some of the concerns that the guys have in the industry, and not talking bad about any company, are justified.
Right. No, absolutely, because there are people who aren't really marketing experts. They use unlicensed pictures. We had someone come to us who actually got sued for that. If you participate in scammy practices, which some marketing companies push, they'll write fake reviews on your Google My Business. They will use these quid pro quo backlink schemes and all of this just to charge you money or not do anything at all. And what can happen is Google can actually de-index you. That means they delete you from Google and they won't let you back in. Google doesn't care what you say or what the reason was. When they're done, they're done. So the market is so full of those kinds of people that, it does give all of us a bad rap. I think lawyers are now more popular than we are. So, there is so bad out there that, it's hard to stand out and be good, because by the time we get to people, they've had so many bad experiences that they expect this to happen overnight. And it does not happen overnight. It takes months. And we have one customer in Florida who got kind of cross with us because he was doing SEO for a month or two and wasn't really gaining anything out of it. And he just called me today and said, oh, I got my, commercial job. Someone found me on Google, and then they found somebody the week before. So it's like pushing a train. It takes time. Mm-hmm. But I'm competing with people all over the world saying, oh, no, in 30 days, we'll have you at the top of Google. And all they're doing is taking your money and lying to you.
Right. And that's one thing I can say when I dealt with you that impressed me, because you never would promise me anything. You told me you were going to do your best.
Really hard.
And that impressed me, actually, because I hate when somebody, if you can't do something, don't promise it to me if you're not 100%, because then I'm disappointed, you know, and you guys were straight up with me, and I appreciate that. Now, another question is, a lot of people are blogging, a lot of people are doing all that stuff, putting posts out there, and they're just not seeing nothing out of it. They're putting them everywhere, but it's not helping. Why would this be?
Well, okay, so blogging done the right way is really important for SEO for a few reasons. You should have a blog that's between 750 and 1,000 words long, and you have to use things that are called long tail keywords. And long tail keywords are keywords that are put together in a sentence that makes sense, and it gives Google a phrase to look for. The other thing about blogging is, somebody actually asked me this the other day. They said that on one of these pressure washing, we'll call them groups, they have a blog function that they're allowed to blog on there. The problem is if you take a blog and you keep copying it onto different sites, and they don't use a piece of code in the back to tell Google that this blog originally belongs to a specific website, Google considers it duplicate content, and they'll actually penalize you. So it's actually worse to do it that than to just not do it at all. So again, that's another thing that you wouldn't know unless you do it professionally.
And I'm going to jump in there for a second as far as the blogs also. You know, especially in the pressure cleaning, you guys are knocking mold off and knocking algae off, and some of the blog posts might be about the health risks associated that you guys are cleaning. Well, if the blog does not have sources out to credible sources like the CDC, you know, Google calls it a your money or your life page, then it's actually going to hurt you in your SEO.
Yeah, I didn't know that. They change their algorithms all the time. Google ranks on over 200 things in their algorithms. So one of them that they just changed, I think it was in August, it was called Your Money or Your Life. So any website, blog, anything else that talks about your money, your life, your health, anything like that, if it doesn't link out to credible sources, they will penalize you.
That makes sense. Now, another question for you, and this is one I've struggled with personally. Facebook, everybody's using it nowadays. It's the big thing. That's what everybody wants to be involved in. And I actually do pretty decent on Facebook because I do so many videos. But the one thing I have not been able to figure out is Facebook ads. I have thrown money after money after money on Facebook ads and not seen anything. But yet, other times I don't do ads and I see great turn back on it. So could you kind of clear up the Facebook myth for us and tell us what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. If you actually go research, you can see that Facebook has written that the least effective form of Facebook advertising is to boost a post. And the reason why is Facebook has a 20/80 rule on text to image. If you have more than 20% of your ad as text, they will penalize you and it probably won't get shown. So you're just spending money. Yet Facebook constantly asks you to boost your posts and spend money doing it. So the way to do an effective ad is to build a professional ad. So if you go into Ads Manager, you have to set up Ads Manager. You build like either, you know, a 6 picture carousel or a video carousel, something that looks very high end and professional, because those are what sell. And there should be almost no text on the image. All of your text should be in the description of what you're trying to sell. And then you have to micro target your audience, like really, really narrowly. People think that if they have a broad audience, they're going to do better, but they actually don't. And then you got to kind of figure out like where your crowd is, because there are some pressure washer areas that do really well only in Facebook Marketplace. Right. So there's no point putting them anywhere else. So, and then there's retargeting. So when you do an ad, you can create a pixel, and that pixel should go on your website. And then what you can do is once you run your ad, you retarget it, because the average consumer has to see something 6 times to buy it. So when you retarget, you're showing it to them again in a different way. You want to pick a different ad, so they're going to see it over and over and over. But I will tell you that, in my opinion, a more effective way, especially if you don't have a big budget to do Facebook advertising, is to join groups. Ben belongs to, I think we counted, he has over 3 million people he reaches. So we will go into groups on behalf of our customers. Like we have a detailer in Florida, in Jacksonville, and Ben goes in the group and he posts ads for them, you know, in the group.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that with Nextdoor, so I guess it's kind of the same thing with Facebook.
Exactly. And it's way more effective because you have a more personal experience. What we forget as business owners is what it feels like to be a consumer. I mean, think about the last time you saw something one time and you bought it. Almost never, right? So you got to see it over and over. Marketing, SEO, all of it, it's about consistency. So if you don't have the time and the money to do it consistently, you're not going to get out of it what you want to.
Right.
So that's why it's better to start with the basics and build on those and then add all of the other things. A lot of people jump to AdWords. Google wrote an article and said AdWords does not impact your SEO.
You're telling me a second. Now, hold up a second, Penny, because I've heard this so much different from so many people in the industry. You're telling me that AdWords does not affect my SEO?
It does not, and Google wrote an article on it. So Google themselves wrote an article on it.
See, now I was under the understanding, and I thought I was behind times because I'm not using AdWords at this point.
No.
So, you know, explain a little bit more about the AdWords, if you don't mind, and it kind of tells what's going on with that.
So AdWords to me is like icing on the cake, right? Once you get everything else in order, you need to have a website, you need to have your SEO, you want to get your social media ramped up, you get all your other ducks in a row, you add some AdWords. Pressure washing is a highly competitive industry. Google will show the ads for the people that are spending the most money. Yeah, if your ad is shown, you're at the top, but only until you run out of budget. The minute you run out of budget, you're going back down to whatever page that you were on. Now, if you get really lucky and 100 people click you that day, which usually doesn't happen, then that clicking can help your SEO. But you're relying on the fact that that's going to happen, and it's not going to be your competitor clicking your budget down, which happens all the time too. So it's not the most effective way to boost your rankings. Google's top ranking factors are, again, there's 200, but page load speed, mobile optimization, secure website, Google My Business reviews. Google could care less about Facebook reviews. They care about Google reviews.
Gotcha.
When you get to 100, they think you're magic, and you will go straight to the top. The other thing they care about is listings, but legitimate listings. You know, there are about, excuse me, about 100 legitimate listing directories out there. The rest of them, Google doesn't really look too kindly on. And legitimate backlinks. People participate in these backlink schemes and they get de-indexed. You know, for instance, if I say, okay, Joe, I'm going to put your website on mine and you put mine on yours, that's a quid pro quo. And Google hates that. So, you know, legitimate listings, that's what they care very much about. Now, but AdWords is nowhere in the mix.
I'd like to talk about something off subject. Well, not really off subject, on the same subject. The other day, and I won't say who it was because I'm not trying to do that, but I seen a pressure washer that was trying to help a business out. And they thought they were doing a good thing, and they were doing a giveaway or something like that. And they told everybody, well, go to this person's page and give them a review. Well, in my mind, that would be an awesome thing because you get all these reviews coming in. But from what I talked to you about that, and me and you had talked a little bit, and you had told me, no, that was completely the wrong thing to do. It would hurt the business more than help.
Yeah, you don't want fake reviews. I mean, first of all, if you review another pressure washer, don't take this the wrong way. Google isn't impressed by that. You're not a customer. Right. So Google's looking for valid reviews. Google, they're in their hearts, they're trying to do the right thing, right? They're trying to give people the most relevant result based on what they're looking for. Their algorithms are super, super smart. And just a statistic that's kind of mind-blowing is if you think about how many websites there are in the world, Google bots climb 90% of every website in the world every single day. Yep. So they're on to the fact that, you know, their algorithms will match up. Okay, who are all these reviews from? Oh, they're from other pressure washers. This is a scam. Right. And they will penalize you. So yeah, that's a really bad suggestion.
Okay, and not only that, the red flag will go up if all of a sudden you get 100 reviews in one day.
Right.
No, nobody's doing that kind of business.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Even when somebody uses our review tool, we'll go back and get reviews from their previous customers. We'll do a drip campaign, but we do them slowly. Because again, if you have 10 reviews today and you have 200 tomorrow, that raises a red flag as well.
I got you. Now, a lot of people out there, and me included at one point, we have a lot, we understand that Facebook works and we're not technology people. So we've been using Facebook, and some of them out there don't have a website. And they say, you know what, why do I need a website? I got Facebook, that's reaching everybody. So can you kind of help me out with that myth or legend, you know, kind of tell me why would I need a website compared to using Facebook? Because we know Facebook works if used right.
They're not mutually exclusive. So your website is the foundation of your marketing. Okay, it's where everybody wants to go. And if you think about yourself as a consumer, right? And again, it's hard to divorce ourselves from being a business owner. But if you think about yourself as a consumer, what's the first thing you want to do when you hear about a business? You don't want to go to their Facebook page. You want to go to their website and see,
Good point.
who they are, right?
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword. If you don't have a website, it hurts you. If you have a bad website, it hurts you. Because if somebody goes to your website and it doesn't look good and it's not engaging, it's almost as bad as not having one at all. And my personal pet peeve, and I hope nobody here is doing it, is when someone gets a domain and links it to their Facebook page. It's almost like, and the worst thing about that is we assume everybody has Facebook, and everybody does not have Facebook. In fact, the generation before us, they don't even use Facebook. And they're consumers now. They're buying houses. I got it now.
My father is now 63 years old, and I made the mistake and set him up with a Facebook page. And I'm going to tell you right now, it has been a nightmare. I love the man to death, but watching him on Facebook, it has been crazy. I mean, he's telling me about this stuff going on Facebook, and I'm like, Dad, that's just a post. It's not real. And he's like, no, I see it on there. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not. But let me ask you this question, because I told everybody, when we done this, and I kind of told you, I don't want this to be a sales gimmick. I'd like to clear up the facts and fiction. A lot of guys are starting out in the business, especially going into winter, and they are broke. That's the honest truth of it. They don't have no money. They're barely figuring out where their paycheck's going to come from next week. They're invested in equipment. They're invested in all this stuff, but they know they need marketing. They know they need SEO. What, for somebody starting out in the business that don't have the money, don't have a lot to put into it, what are your suggestions to start out with? How do you suggest they build?
All right. Well, so I'm going to, I'll be as generic as I can.
Yeah, give us a kind of timeline, on what they should do.
So for instance, Facebook is free, right? So if you just cannot do anything else, then of course you have Facebook. You can also we have a free website builder. Anybody could build their own website for free on our platform, and it's $15 a month, I think, something like that, after you build it. If you start there, the good thing about doing it on our platform is, let's say you get a little bit of money in February, you can come to us and say, okay, can you redesign this page for me, right? Or can you build another page? So you're starting someplace.
Well, hang on a second. Let me straighten this out now, because this is a new one on me. Because I paid y'all to build my website, which I knew I did not want to be involved in it. But you're telling me that people can go to your site, build a website for free, and for $15 a month, manage it, and then when they get a little bit more money, then they can come to you guys and get you to...
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's great. I did not know that existed.
Yep. So they can do that. And a lot of people, they don't really want to do it. It sounds like a good idea, just like pressure washing.
I tried.
Sounded like a good idea. But, and we work with people. So, I think our prices are really fair. But if people are willing to make a commitment to SEO and stuff like that, we'll work with people. So you really do have to get a website somewhere after Facebook, if that's where you're going to start. If you really want to blow your business up, you want to have a good website. You want to be connected to all the social media that's relevant to you: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Depends on your industry whether you want to be in LinkedIn and Reddit, but you want to start adding all of those. Google owns YouTube. That's why they want everybody to have a YouTube channel. Everybody should have a branded YouTube channel, even if you have one video on there. So it's free to set up, and you can link it to your website. It helps your SEO. There's a little obscure social media thing called Google Plus, which everybody confuses with Google My Business. They're two totally different things. Right. No one ever goes there, but if you just set one up, it gives you extra SEO points. Oh, okay. And anybody can come to us and ask us for the 200 list. We're the only
actually, I was getting ready to ask you a question, Penny. Not to interrupt you, we just got a question in the group, and Lewis Coatney, which I think is a great guy, he asked this question, and I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I'll read it off to you. It says, if we don't feel comfortable being our own SEO, how can we hire an SEO? And of course, we want everybody to hire you, but what I think he's asking is, how can we determine whether an SEO person's good, bad, and tell us a little bit what we should be looking for.
Right. Yep. So you should ask them what they do. What is their process? This is what they should tell you. First of all, they should not guarantee you that you're going to be anywhere within a certain amount of time. If they do, then that's not somebody you want to do business with, because it's just not true. They should be able to tell you that they're going to get you backlinks. They should be able to tell you about how many backlinks are available in your industry. For pressure washing, there's somewhere around 1,700 backlinks. They should tell you that they're going to include writing you blogs, getting you backlinks, getting you in legitimate directories. if you ask them how many, there should be somewhere between 50 and 100, depending on what they're going to do. And they should help you get reviews and do your reputation management. Those are all really top things. Now, those are off-site SEO. And then there's on-site SEO, which is your website. So those are adding more content. There's things called deep linking, meaning that you've got a surface page and then you link to another page with more information, and maybe you link to another page. So writing out more content and optimizing your website that way. They should go that whole list through you with you. If they tell you, oh, we're going to get you in directories, and that's the crux of it, that's not enough to rank for SEO. Yeah. And it takes time. You know, it's going to take a good probably 3 months before you really start seeing a result for SEO, and it's going to be slow, and then it's going to ramp up.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. Now, we talked about the guy that can't afford his SEO and stuff. But let's say somebody's established business, they're making decent money, and they know they want to switch off of lead generating sites like HomeAdvisor, Thumbtack they've been using, things like that. They want to put their money into SEO instead of paying these other companies. And that's one of the things I'm trying to do with my company. And I know it's hard to say, every person's different, there's a set thing. What kind of money a month or however should this person, you know, should people plan on spending on SEO if they really want to do everything? You know what I'm saying? Now, I know there's different options. Give us a kind of idea of what you should be looking at spending, because I've heard numbers from $50 up to, you know, $1,000 a month. And I'm like, you don't know where to go as far as, you know, that.
We have customers that pay us anywhere from $100 a month to $2,000 a month, and we have everything in between. So, you know, we also are a little bit different, that we offer marketing and sales, because people underestimate the value of their existing customer base. So we do a lot of email marketing to their existing customer base, and that doesn't take a whole lot of money. So where you start, you're going to pay for your core services, your SEO, you know, your social media management. When we manage social media, or a professional marketer, it's completely different than when someone does it on their own.
Right.
And then email marketing. So, you know, all of that together, you're probably looking at $400 or $500 a month. Now, if you really want to start blowing up your advertising budget, like you want to run social media ads across Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, you know, then you have to start adding some ad budget to that.
Right.
So as a rule of thumb, though, you should be spending about 10% of your revenue on marketing.
That makes sense.
That's a good rule of thumb.
That makes perfect sense.
You should be getting a 5-to-1 ratio back, meaning for every dollar you spend, you should be getting 5 back. Now, hopefully you'll get more, but that's like, you know, your baseline.
Gotcha.
And you should also ask your marketing company those questions. You know, how much should I be spending, and what's my rate of return? And because if you're just spending money to spend it, you're not getting anything out of it. It's pointless.
And unfortunately, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I just want to jump back to the last question for a second, to Lewis's question. One of the things that you should be asking any SEO person is on their reporting, because I've spoken to hundreds of pressure washing guys, because, you know, I'm the front door, and so many guys have said, oh, you know, and I know the story already, you know, the guy I'm paying $300-500 a month, and I call every month and they tell me, you know, it takes time. There should be some reporting. So, you know, we tell you, here's where we're starting. After 1 month, here's where we're going, you know, and all the analytics. So if anybody is just saying, hey, it takes time, keep giving me $300-500 a month, you know, I've spoken to guys who are embarrassed to tell me the money they've spent and not ask for one single report.
Yeah, and I've been there myself.
And reporting, like we could do it a full 30 days, and then we start sending out reports, because sending a report, you know, more often than that, you're not really going to see much of a change. We set it up so that if you have a website with us, you get your web stats every single week. And then once a month, we'll send you a ranking report and tell you, you know, where you were, where you are now by keyword.
Well, that kind of takes the guesswork out of it.
We've done. Yeah, because you shouldn't have to guess. Now, you know, people get impatient and they're like, well, why can't I have it before then? Or I haven't moved up, or because they're used to hearing all the scam people say that, you know, it's only going to take this little bit of time. So,
and that's something else I want to talk about. One of the last questions I want to ask you, because I don't want to keep everybody on forever tonight. They got other things to do. But this is an important question to me. When I started dealing with you guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm Joe, the opinionated window cleaner. I was straight out rude to you at times, because honestly, you were SEO marketing people, and I'm thinking they're going to try to rip me off. And you guys convinced me that you're not a scam and that you're a legit company. And I was impressed by that, because if you can convince Joe the Opinionated Window Cleaner to change his mind on somebody, you have done something. So I want you to tell other people out there, before we get off here, how are you different from other companies? And besides everything else we talked about, tell me what sets you apart from other SEO companies that people have been ripped off time and time again.
Well, for one thing, we're honest. I mean, we're not going to tell you that we're going to do something like get you to the top of Google, because we hope we can, but we don't know when and if that's going to happen. I think what really sets apart, though, is we're very passionate. Ben can tell you I am extremely competitive, to the point where we can't even play a pool game on our phones without me keeping score. So that's what you want in a marketer, because if you want to be number one, I am going to do everything I can to make you number one. So we care a lot. We're trying to figure out, what is your goal, right? And most marketing companies don't ask that. What is your goal? How much money do you want to make? What are you making now? I'll ask people every month, did it make a difference? Did you get any calls? What can we do better? We're always trying to figure out how to help you achieve what you're trying to achieve. I actually have a guy who pays me every single month, $800 a month, and I have one direction from him. And that is, he always ranks at least one space higher than this guy he hates.
I think there's actually, believe it or not, if you give that option out, I think that was actually a good option, because there's a lot of competition in the pressure washing industry. And
that's
now,
all I have to do.
We just had a question from Deshaun Crawford. Well, not really a question, a statement, and maybe you can help out with this. They want to know, people are asking, they need SEO. How can they get in contact with you guys? When can they contact you? How do they reach out to you? And also, I'm going to ask you, once we get done with this video, please go in the comments and put some information in for people.
Yeah.
This way they can comment. But while we're on live, how about telling people how to reach out to you and what hours they can call you, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I'll jump in first, Joe. I'm probably in all of the pressure washing groups.
Yes, I see.
I didn't even know there were so many: pressure washing, parking garage cleaning, window cleaning. You name it. I'm in all the groups.
Right.
So somebody could just go under members, look up my name that way. Everything.
And for those that don't know, that's Ben Shapiro.
Yes, thank you. And I'm not that Ben Shapiro.
He's the original Ben Shapiro.
Yes, I'm the original, not that other guy. And everything's hooked up to my phone, and I'm one of these people that I will get back to you right away. I might tell you I'm busy, but I will get back to you right away.
And you can email us anytime. My address is Penni, Penni at $55 websites with an S, and Ben is Ben at $55 websites. And you can call me or Ben. Ben's number is 954-263-1222. And mine is 954-520-0369. Or
guys,
Facebook
for those
Messenger.
of y'all asking, because there's still a bunch of people asking, yes, this will be in the comments under the post. She's going to put a comment in there, and we're going to try to pin it to the top once they do that.
Oh, and also, we don't have contracts, because our thing is, we want customers, not hostages. We never hold anyone hostage.
So you're telling me, wait a second, you're telling me somebody can try you out for a month. They like what you're doing, they can stick with you. They don't, they can leave and go somewhere else, and they're not out nothing. No cancellation fee, none of that stuff.
Correct. We have over 100 customers. We've lost 2 customers in a year. Both customers left with their domain and the code for their website.
And Deshaun,
and no penalty.
Deshaun Crawford has asked, hang on one second, Ben. Deshaun asked, do you have backlinks and blogs? We did talk about that, Deshaun. They do all that stuff. We talked about that a little bit earlier. So once we get done the video, go back and watch it from the beginning. You'll see all that. Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. And Joe, we do understand, like, especially in your industry, that there's going to be booming months. There's going to be slow months. So when it's booming, guys might want to put more money into marketing and build up a big nest egg for when times are going to be slow. And then when times are slow, they want to cut back a little bit. That's why we don't want to lock anybody in, so that guys are feeling over their head and pressured in the slow season.
Yeah, that's another reason too. But mostly because we know that we worked so hard for our customers. If it's not a good fit, if somebody doesn't want to be with us, we don't need the hassle and the pressure and the stress of locking someone into a contract they don't want to be in. Right. They're free to go try something else. If it doesn't work out, come back. that's just the way we do it. It makes life a lot easier for us.
So. And Joe, Penny has tried to fire a couple of customers
yeah,
a few times, and we just can't get them. We just can't fire them.
There's a few that won't go. But no, I mean, I know it's hard for people. And just so you know, since you asked, we charge $250 a month for SEO. And that includes backlinks, blogs, a review tool. You get in all these listings and you get them locked, on-site SEO, off-site SEO, and we do a little bit every single month.
Right.
And at the end of the month, we give you the full list of the 200 things Google ranks you on, and we check off the ones that we're able to work on.
Gotcha.
You know, some we can't do, and we start at the top, of course.
And I do want to tell people, if anybody wants to see a sample of the work Penny and Ben do, my site that y'all seen I put up earlier today, or actually last night, 12 o'clock, and they were actually working until 12 o'clock last night because I was on the phone with them. Joe Knows, spelled with a Z, stuff.com. Look at it. That's the site they built. I am blown away with it. I mean, I was completely blown away. It looked so professional. I mean, I almost thought, this can't be my site. It's just too professional looking for Joe, the Opinionated Window Cleaner. But, guys, I think we covered a lot of subject tonight, and a lot of people are watching. So, I mean, I imagine your phone's going to be pretty busy. So, please make sure you put the backlinks in, or the links to you guys in there so people know how to reach you. Put it in the comments. As a matter of fact, why don't you go on the window cleaning pressure washing page and put it under a comment under this video, and then also put a post in there so people know how to reach you. I think that would help out greatly in people finding it. And guys, remember what I always say. It's not about knowing everything. That's not going to make you successful. Don't claim to know everything. I don't know nothing about SEO and marketing. So how do I combat that? I find the people that I consider to be the best to be involved with that do know that stuff. Penny and Ben don't know a whole lot about pressure washing as far as doing it themselves. They know what we need to know for their websites. So what do? They find pressure washers to deal with. And that's what makes you successful, guys. So Penny and Ben, I'm going to let y'all get the final words. Anything you like to say on the way out?
Oh, I'll leave it up to you.
No, I mean, I thank you guys for your time and for listening. And I know everybody has a horror story about an SEO company. And, you know, just give us a chance. We're not going to lock you into a contract. You might, you know, worst you have to risk is a couple $100, and you might be pleasantly surprised. In fact, I know you will be.
I love it. All right, guys, we're going to get off here. I appreciate y'all coming on tonight. I think you cleared up a lot of questions for us. Thank you so much for your time, Benny and Penny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I meant Ben. I was trying to word. And thank you for everything, you know, guys. Thank you for what you've done with my website and everything, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Go back for those that tuned in late. I seen there was a bunch of people come in late, watching from the beginning. Feel free to share this video out there. I'd love to get the word out there. Yes, ma'am. Miss Penny.
One more thing. So if people want to see a real life face look, go look at Circle H tonight, because tomorrow it's going to look totally different.
So y'all see that. Now listen to what she said. I built the Circle H Facebook myself. It sucks. I'm the first one to admit it. But Penny has decided to go in and completely change it up. So look at it tonight, and then tomorrow go back and look at it and see what they do with it. I guarantee it's going to be I haven't seen it yet, but I just have all the confidence in the world it's going to be a overnight change, ugly duckling to a beautiful swan.
It was a good first attempt, Joe.
Well, not really. There was a lot of mistakes. You can be honest. I screwed up. You know, I get it. All right, guys. Joe, the Opinionated Window Cleaner, here with Ben and Penny. We're going to get out of here. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you. Bye.